outside and do certain things when we want to. That's what I was hearing at first. And then she added the stuff about the kids, you ain't helping out and all this other type of stuff. So I really want to know, what is the point of her video? What is she speaking to? Tired?
She was all over the place.
Tired of,
she was all over the place. She wasn't really like anything specific.
But
she was all over the place. But I mean, she even said something like, well, now it's women leaning on women. And I'm like, it bothers me because I saw something the other day, and I think the statistics are so true that men dominate pretty much majority of all working fields out there. Anything out there, men still dominate all of them, right? So when you want to talk about women trying to lean on women, whereas the very society that men and women live in is supported by men, but yet her premise is, well, the women are suffering as a result of it. But the culture is saying divest from men, remove yourself from a man. We don't need a man. But fundamentally, it doesn't support anything like that. But now that women are having to put themselves in men's spaces, unfortunately, they're getting lonelier and lonelier. Like the other day, I was just driving around, and I'm seeing more and more, not older or like it doesn't look like they're drugged or cracked out, but women on the side of the streets with signs.
Yeah, homeless women.
Women on the side of the streets with signs saying, I need food and all this stuff.
Oh, they're not legal citizens.
They're white women. They're white women.
Oh, you seen one? Okay, well, they can.
A couple of them.
But she couldn't believe that. She out there white.
There are from Russia that not supposed to be here. I will tell you, seeing the women that have the sign, please help me, I need food, and they got the baby outside too. They be having houses.
Going back to the video, I think that some women, that woman was, pretty, like, she thought that her look was going to get her through. She thinks that
I hardly could hear
her boobs was out the whole time.
So loud.
Yeah, her boobs were out. Mariam talked about it.
Somebody in the comments said premature, please.
Wait, let me just say. So they think that their looks, some girls think that their looks are going to get them to a certain point, and when that doesn't happen, they become bitter. She sounded a little bitter. She didn't address the fact that she picked those guys that she was with. She gave them
that's if she even picked any guys. You know what I mean? Honestly, because to be honest, I'm gonna cut the ladies some slack, especially the pretty ladies, right? The beautiful ladies. Because do you guys know what it means to be approached by men almost every single day from the time you turn 18? Sometimes even before you turn 18. All the way, and you have constantly men approaching you because you're a beautiful woman. It can mess with your head. So for the first time, I'm gonna give some ladies I'm gonna cut them some slack. Honestly, it must be overwhelming because sometimes I think about it. I'm like, okay, Boogie, imagine women were approaching you every single day in your DMs, on social media, on Instagram, on dating apps, at work, in school. Imagine women are approaching every single day. It will be very hard for me to choose. Now, maybe I could clap all them cheeks, right? But it will be very hard for me to choose just one to settle down. So I understand where the pretty ladies are coming from. It's very hard to choose when you have all these constantly approaching you.
She gave them some pussy, and they, stay with her till it was over. Now she's bitter. She got a kid.
How do you know all that? You are making so many assumptions.
She just told you.
You don't know all that.
Did you watch the video? Did you watch it or no? You watched it with your own opinion, or did you watch it?
You're projecting. She didn't say all of those things.
She did not say any of that.
She's tired of no good men. They can't step up. And
that don't mean all that stuff you just said doesn't mean any of that. You just made all that up.
She made herself
a backstory for this lady. She didn't say any of that.
She made herself a victim of her own doing. She's a victim of her own choices.
Fact. That's true.
If you rob a bank, you're going to go to jail. If you pick a person that for his looks, you know what? I don't hear a lot of ugly women talking like her. I don't.
They do.
I know a lot of ugly women with 4 kids thinking they fly and all that. Where they at? Where the men at? You know what I'm saying? They not talking like her. She thought her looks and her makeup and all that was going to take her to the world. Now she's 35, is drying up.
promise you, it's a lot of ugly women out here that are lonely.
Need a cop band-aid.
There's somebody for everybody, shampoo. You would know.
That's not true.
coming out of you, man. You might need a band-aid.
I honestly don't believe that the whole bullshit of there's somebody for everybody. I don't believe that bullshit. I don't believe it not a chance. You know what I mean? Because if that was the case, people wouldn't be single. People wouldn't die single. Clearly, there's not somebody for everybody. You get what you negotiate, you get what you deserve or what you work for. Whether relationships, whether it's work, anything in life, you have to work for it. But unfortunately, some people don't want to work, especially the ladies, especially the pretty ladies, because they get approached so much, they believe men should just come to them.
Say it loud. Say it with your chest now, because you know I'm coming for you.
This is dry. This is dry. I got a abrasion.
No, but to touch on the whole society thing, I think it's a little bit on the feminists. Like the feminists, they kind of sold the bill of goods.
Oh yeah.
To it, and
That's
this
true.
is what we got.
That's true.
It is what it is. Unfortunately, they made promises. They're like, if you get a career, replace your family with a career, it's gonna be all good. But that I don't know.
No, but I think
Well,
actually, no, if you think about it, the government actually it was pushed, I think, because about it, the government profits more off of two people in a household, taxing two people in a household. So if you take the woman out of the household and the what is that, like the housewife position, and you put them out to work, you have more money coming out of the household. That's when now that I think about it, like it's all about money. The money. It's like, what is the benefit of having the women in the home if we could just profit more out of, putting them to work, just like we do.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that men should be concerned?
Yes.
No.
No.
I do.
No.
Why should men be concerned, big dog?
Because women wanted to be independent.
I think men should be concerned because ultimately we're supposed to take care of women.
They don't want to be taken care of.
Me personally, because I have sisters, I wouldn't want to see my sisters in this situation. But it's ultimately up to us because we have to start enforcing the family aspect. We can't rely on women to force the family aspect. We can't rely on somebody outside of our own lives to force the family aspect. I think if dudes really sit down and they start showing that when they're talking to a woman that family is the most important thing and start really pushing that besides having a good time, I think things will start getting back on the right track. Because people tend to...
No. Men have been saying that. Where does this man live? Men have been saying that for decades. Family first. And women are like, no, career first. Men are like, I want to be a provider. Women are like, no, I'm independent. Don't need your money. Even if they do, you cannot force women to become traditional again. What they want is to get the traditional man, but the traditional man should provide and also let them be modern women. In other words, they want to be in a relationship but act single. You cannot force it. Even if tomorrow all men woke up and became providers and became traditional men, women, it doesn't mean that women are going to follow along. Clearly, they've not been following. I don't know where this guy is living because clearly he's living in Delulu land.
Buy into plans if they think it's going to benefit them. Just coming back to this about her being tired of this and being tired of that. Women started buying into a plan that wasn't meant for them, and men, we started buying into a plan that wasn't meant for us. The plan for the women was, hey, you don't need them, so go out and do everything you want to do. Their plan was for only a small group of women who were trying to get to the top of something. And then once they got to the top, they were like, all right, everybody else fend for yourself. We don't really care if y'all get equality, if y'all don't have a man, because they already have a man at home. And then men, we bought into the concept at first of taking care of women. And then we were told not to take care of women, but we want 50-50. Then men started buying.
No. Women say don't take care of us. Men didn't say it themselves. Men literally respond to what women say. Right? Men have two choices. Either they respond, or they don't. Right? And if you don't, guess what? No pussy for you. Unfortunately, that's the game. Right? So when women say, take us on dates, do this, do ABCD to date us, most men follow along. Now, if you can't manage the $500 dinner date like me, then you just got to back out. But for the most part, women say something and then men do that, because you know what, men love women, so whatever women want, men tend to do.
To the 50-50. And then next thing you know, we're here. But it ultimately came, I say that men should be concerned because they know that a man-led household is the strongest household.
They don't know that.
And once they figured out how to, a man-led household is the strongest household at the end of the day.
Used to be.
And once they figured out how to get in the man's psyche to make him feel that he was no longer needed or wanted, it all went to shambles. Just like back in the day with slavery. Once the slave masters realized that they can get the strongest man in the field and buck him and show everybody else that it wasn't worth trying to be big and bad. Once the other bigger men in the field got that and it got to their psyche, they were like, all right, well, we saw what happened to him. We don't want to happen to us. So I think men should be concerned, because no revolution ever happens once somebody gives up. And once one person gives up.
What should we do about it? If we should be concerned, what should we do about it?
Go ahead, Mark.
It's gonna take older men.
What?
Take them to do what?
To do what?
It's gonna take. Honestly, I'm a big proponent of mentorship.
How am I a simp? How am I a simp? Because I said a woman looks good because I'm cutting the lady some slack. But anyway, shout out to Anton Daniels.